everyone! Welcome to the fourth meeting of Academic English. This week, we will learn about using context clue to guess the meaning. Before going any further, could you please try guess the meaning of these words? Number 1. When Harry's boss went on a maternity leave, Harry becomes the interim department head. He handled employee payroll for the 3 months she was away. What does interim mean? Temporary, new, or professional? To find out the answer, you need to see the context of the sentence. As Harry's boss left the office for a while, Harry handled the job that is usually done by his boss. After 3 months, his boss will surely come back and take the responsibility back. It means that, yes, Harry worked as department head temporarily. So interim means temporary. Number 2, employees from all 5 divisions convened in the auditorium to hear the company president speak. What does convene mean? Again, to guess the meaning, you have to consider the context. The previous words are all 5 divisions, which shows the abundance of quantity or entirety. So the answer is, yes, gather together. In a nutshell, using context clue means we use surrounding information in a written or spoken text to determine the meaning of unknown words or phrases. Learning the meaning of a word through its use in a sentence or paragraph is the most practical way to build vocabulary. Well, yeah, because the dictionary is not always available when you encounter an unknown word. You must be aware that many words have several possible meanings. Only by being sensitive to the circumstance in which a word is used can you decide upon an appropriate definitions to fit the context. Also, you should rely on context clue when an obvious clue to meaning is provided, or when only a general sense of the meaning is needed for the reader's purposes. Why do a nurse need using context clues? First, because you need to read label on containers, like the contents, instructions, and precautions. When you read the label in urgent situation and you find unfamiliar words, it will be troublesome to find the dictionary first and look up the meaning. Therefore, you need to guess the meaning by its context. Second, notes from the coworker and nurses who are shift before you. It is possible if someday you work as a nurse abroad or work with foreigners. If so, English will be your primary language to interact, right? And context clue will help you figure out the meaning of words from notes given by your coworkers that you don't understand. Third, context clue will also help you when reading safety sheets, such as workplace hazards, material information sheets, manuals, and data sheets. Lastly, you need this strategy when reading brochures, pamphlets about particular disease, patients' charts, and records which are written in English. The next question is then how to look for context clues. There are 4 clues we can utilize: definition clues, example clues, contrast clues, and inference clues. Let's see definition clues first. Sometimes the definition of a word is given to you directly or indirectly in a sentence. For example, a patient with aphasia will not be able to speak. By the phrases not be able to speak, you will directly know that aphasia is a condition that robs you of the ability to communicate. It may affect your ability to speak. Clues to definition may also include taris, commas, dashes, and parentheses. For example, fluoroscopy, comma, examination with a fluoroscope, comma again, has become common practice. The phrase between comma is actually the clue that explains what fluoroscopy is. Another clue can be in the form of example that is included in a sentence to help you defining the meaning of a word. For instance, incontinence pads, for example, liners, inserts, or replacement underwear must be changed frequently. The example here is inserted to give you a depiction what incontinence pads is. Another example, the patient needs assistance with ambulation such as walking and getting out of bed. From this phrase, such as walking and getting out of bed, we can guess that ambulation is the ability to walk without the need for any kind of assistance. Next, the clue is sometimes given in the form of opposite. For instance, his pain was dull, but Miss Chan's pain was acute. Acute means severe, and you can find the preposition but there. So the meaning of dull must be the opposite of acute, which may mean mild. Another example, some patients experience chronic pain, while others have pain only for a short time. From the second phrase, we can notice that chronic is when someone has a pain for a long time. Lastly, the meaning of an unfamiliar word can be inferred from the descriptions of situations or experience. For instance, after pouring too much liquid onto the surface, the materials become saturated. We can infer the meaning of saturated by inferring at the description, too much liquid. What happens if something is poured by too much liquid? Of course, it will be very wet. So inference clues will give a meaning that is implied but not stated. Now please try this. What does intuitively mean? Yeah, it means without the need of thinking deeply, or it means instinctively. That's all for today. Don't forget to do your homework and do the guided practice by yourself. See you on the next meeting.